unless if you can just get an Azir pick. I think Azir would be fine. My only concern with LNG's composition currently is that you don't have the added wave clear, but it looks like that's going to be one of the picks you talked about Fun having in his champion pool. It's going to be the Tristana.
Tristana, there's that wave clear you were looking for when she gets those items.
That works.
But a lot of tower destruction potential as well there coming in from that. So
you
mentioned Azir earlier, Raz. It looks like Victor's Gaming are considering exactly that.
One good thing about the Greg is because, I mean, you also have Elise, but like an AP option. It allows you to go another AP pick. Fun has a great chase and all that. And then good thing about the Greg is I mean, you also have Elise, but like an AP. It allows you to like really a little bit pick your top side. So thinking about it right now, I think all that.
Now, Victor's Gaming picking up Kevin already for the Shy, very likely. But what is going to be their final pick to round it out? Are they going to go towards flexing that Sylas back in the solo lanes? Because we've seen that again recently. Are they going to keep it in the jungle? Looks like they're going to be going towards the solo lanes because they locked in a Karthus, Raz.
There we go. One of IG's earlier on in their split, one of their worst picks. I mean, Karthus is a very strong scaling jungler. But Invictus Gaming usually use their junglers to have that early game bridge, to be as active as possible on the map. And that was not a pick that Ning was actually very strong on, or being able to use, thinking about just not looking for early skirmishes and trying to force your lanes to rotate at all times. So I want to see what Leon can do here. It still has a lot of great early game damage if he has the support of his solo lane. So that being said, full compositions out there from Invictus Gaming. A lot of AP out here, so now I'm expecting the Shy to go towards the press the attack build. So should be an AD split push top side, which should work well versus the Vladimir. But man, if you wanted to see action last game, which we saw a little bit of it, this one's far better. You would love to see the all-in that Tristana and Kai'Sa have when they get that engage with Gragas, or the flank that Flandre's Vladimir usually has.
Flandre's Vladimir makes me excited, man. Every time we see it. I remember last split it was something like 44,000 healing in one game we saw off Flandre.
Yep.
Just absolutely disgusting. The man is ridiculous. This is what he's known for, you know? You take those picks like the Akali, like the Vladimir that can get those flanks, and he will set up his team. He will carry them through. I want to see if he can pull it off against Invictus Gaming.
Yeah, he just has to get to that stage. A lot of it comes down now towards Tristana and Gragas really early on to this game to allow him to get to the late game stage. The benefit of having a bad matchup top lane but having that winning matchup mid is that you always have pressure in the river. Like as long as the 2v2 works out in the mid lane, you should still be able to get your farm simply because the enemy top laner, regardless of the matchup, has to respect the possible 2 or 3 man roam. So I like what I'm seeing here from LNG. It is a fairly linear composition early on, but I mean, I guess it makes it easier to just focus on the execution.
Yeah, don't need to have fancy execution if you're just able to pull it off. And last game, LNG pulled it off beautifully. I'm going to see something similar from them going into this game number 2 because Invictus Gaming, they've got the Kennen for the Shy. That's a comfort pick for them. They've got the Varus Tom Kents. They already know how that one's going to go. Can they bring it back in game number 2, or is LNG going to take it to match point? Game number 2, LNG versus Invictus Gaming. No action early game. Once again, Invictus Gaming just scouting the entrances as is LNG, trying to make sure no fancy shenanigans come out here in the early game.
I like this really early on from Dwan. Places a nice ward to just get a good look in level 1. Goes back to base, gets an early pick up on Red Trinket, can actually help out Sofm in clearing bot side vision to allow for a bot lane gank. So it can change quite a bit. Having bot lane ganks with a Braum, very easy to nail down with flash Q. So that's something that we should be looking towards. I think Balan should be aware of that. It's going to be taking a closer look at SOFM's early clear.
Going just blue to ground right now. Colonel looking pretty favorable for LNG right towards that mid game, that 20-minute point. If last game's any example, I'd agree with them.
Yeah.
No, I don't think anyone would ever make this bet, but Eternal certainly has that information. We didn't have this info coming into this game, but you know, he's been watching some more. He's been analyzing the games that LNG had.
He's been working on it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just had to get a delicious, delicious bucket of chicken. The LPL brought to you by KFC. Now, Fen having some trades here in the mid lane. Once again, he's going real aggressive on a rookie. Going to force him out of lane, likely with this Ignite.
Oh!
He jumps in, the flash. Fen, I don't know if this is what you want. First blood for rookie. Fen, no.
Yep, that just happened. We take those.
Yikes.
Rookie was afraid. Just one auto attack away from getting the kill. He simply didn't have the ward to catch them in sight the moment he ducked away in Fog of War. I mean, he couldn't follow up. That hurts, man. I like the confidence, though. I'll give him that. Give him that. I'll give him that. Just go.
Yeah, you know what? Taking
Just
a page
go.
out of Ning's book from last game. Just being like, all right, I can do this. I can do this. I can't do this. I can't do this.
Look, the LNG motto is literally anything is possible. So he knows he just got to go for it. So I still like the idea. At least the early damage that he put through, the early slow that forced Rookie all the way back. The only question is that he followed immediately with the flash. So we're back at it though.
Oh, well, that's a return kill. That's something, right?
So we talked about it being a very linear game for LNG, that they can just play through mid lane. You already saw the kill threat that Fun had in game 1, or at least in the first round he killed. I didn't see the setup for how Rookie was caught in this time around, but he didn't have flash for it. That much is very clear. And very obviously didn't have the wave in his favor. So Leon, if he recognized that it was a bad wave for Rookie, should just been in the area just in case.
Not going to be able to be there to save him in time. Leon's just going to clear out the waves, but he does lose the scuttle over to Sofm. Flounder just farming it up here on the top side.
Just means a little bit of patience at the end of the day. Because Rookie came out in a pretty damn good position having that first kill, knowing that he was getting bullied by Fen for the majority of the early lane. But now he is not only traded that kill back, has a pretty large CS deficit at this stage. So LNG can go right back, especially since Sofm got the gank off, not even having to use flash. Oh, this is the context. So he teleported right mid, went for the early skirmish, and Gragas was right there. So feels bad.
How many times on air do we have to say don't teleport into the middle of the wave? Before, I know they don't necessarily listen to the English broadcast, but come on.
Yeah, honestly, that's a fine decision. The problem was going all in immediately after that. So, yeah, that's all it was.
They're just trading back over aggression, you know? Just feeling each other out. And so far, 9 CS advantage there for Fun. He's picked up the boots as well, plus the refillable, so he's going to be maneuvering around a little bit better around Rookie.
That hurts. Pressure up top lane. It's nice to see the Shy in game 2 already putting out pressure. Remember, we already talked about the fact that it's going to be press the attack, AD cannon up top lane, try and bully the Vladimir as much as possible. Leon doesn't have a diving jungler. He's going to be pretty damn close to level 6, but oh no.
He has a dove jungler. He's not a diving jungler himself. Sofm still going in for it. Might be able to find it. Forces the flash out of Leon. Comes in from over the wall. Fen's here. Sofm so low. Has the red buff still. Balon coming in from over the wall. Blast Plant. Can it get Sofm out? He's going to make his way down to the bottom side of the map, but he needs to get away as soon as possible. Maybe he's looking for the execute. Maybe looking to get away. Just looking for Rookie to get the solo kill. Dodges out. Sofm might be able to make his way out of this one. I don't know. Baits him, man. Sofm just stalling as long as possible. He's looking for the execute.
15
and honestly,
seconds is how long it takes for the execute to come through.
He might
I think he has
find
the
it.
distance. I think he has the distance. And all in the meantime is buying so much of Rookie's time. He's literally... Okay, thank God.
no!
Thank God.
Jackie Love picks up the kill with the piercing arrow, but Fen dives in onto Leon. That Ignite's going to take him out. Fen? Hello? Not again!
This is the greatest playoff game I have ever witnessed.
Welcome to the LPL Summer 2019 first round playoffs, ladies and gentlemen, where Fen has died to tower twice.
He thought he de-aggroed, simply put. I mean, he thought he was already... I mean, that Karthus was already dead before he went right back in. It was probably the last tick of Ignite that did it, honestly.
I feel like he's going to need some therapy after this game. Just like the tower is your friend. Having a little bit of trouble with those dives, but up in the top lane, the Shy still keeping that advantage in CS. 12 up over Flandre. Flandre's got the Kindle Gem, so he's going to keep himself topped up a little bit better here. Got a little bit more health pool to work with.
He's the most sane person on the map right now. The Shy is doing very well. CS difference is incredibly ahead for him. He hasn't even gotten the first base off because he's been that comfortable. But the way the game has been going for Leon and Rookie means that he's not getting the added help that would have been an early kill. Flandre is just going to look for a base off right now, so that's all he really needs.
Good Hemo play, cool to follow. They're looking for Leon. There comes the jump from Fen. Goomba stomp onto Leon. He gets taken down. Sofm uses the ultimate, but not going to be able to find Rookie. There's the Requiem. Goodbye, Sofm. The engage in the top lane in the meanwhile as well. And Invictus Gaming picks up 2 kills cross map.
And Leon gets an assist for the top side too. This game. Oh, he got him. All right.
Flash ultimate there from Fen, and now he is 4-2-0.
This literally feels like a script. You know, you get to that stage where everyone is just trying to go for the kill. Of course, Fen's going to try and jump at you if he has E up. He's just going to go for a full base here. I think he's got the shove immediately.
Just absolutely blazing through this wave in the health bar of his opponents at this point. Fen might be in a little bit of trouble. Has to dodge away from the absconded duck. No problem for him. He's got boots. And it looks like he's working towards the Hex Drinker first as well. So he's just chilling here in this top side. And the Shy has gone to catch the wave mid. Now the Rookie's stuck in the top side. So it looks like the solo laners just swapping for the time being.
Yeah, Tristana was already landing up top side, so he wanted to get the full wave cleared before he swaps up. Remember, we're just talking about how the lane assignments should be working out for LNG. You want Fun to be stuck with the Silas lane. And with how the Shy's actually built up right now with heavy magic resist, he wants to be in that same... Oh, no.
Bye, Leon.
Yeah.
Asuka's going to pick that one up. Good killer instinct from him. Valon trying to do something about it, but I'm not really sure how to characterize this game so far, Raz, except for chaotic.
He had his own camps up bot side. Not only did you have the information that they were on that right side of the map, but you have your own Krugs and red available. What is actually happening this game?
This game is just a bunch of shenanigans from both sides, and I'm not sure who's coming out on top at the moment. Nobody's coming out on top. It's even in gold. What is happening, Raz?
I think it is
I used to understand this league.
I think it is so much better for LNG at this stage. Not only is Flandre thriving because, I mean, aside from what happened, you know, him getting solo killed up topside with the Karthus ultimate coming in and helping him out a little bit, he's been farming up just well. In what is a bad matchup for him, he's been able to keep up. He hasn't been dove whatsoever because the pressure hasn't existed from Leon and Rookie at all. So he's been safe to get to that mid game. Fun has been repeatedly shoving in and get turret plating for himself, so that stage of the game is working out well for him. So I'm liking what the current map state is for LNG a little bit more.
As we say that, though, the Shy might be looking for an engage. Has the Slicing Maelstrom available. Flandre wants to keep this one going because he knows Fun's coming up with him. The Shy has the energy available. Fun comes in, but he's not going to be able to find anything. They're just going to shove out the wave, probably get a turret plating and back off.
He's going to help out a little bit, of course. He's always just fishing. So that's nice to see, but also even nicer, of course, from the Shy, who was in a position where he could have walked towards Flandre, recognized that the Tristana wasn't visible on the map, and just backed away. So good situation for him to be in, but going back to the overall map state, while it is essentially even in gold, you're in a position now where 4 of the kills on LNG's side is all in the Tristana's pocket. So I'm much happier with how the gold state is for LNG.
We're going to try and keep that going. It looks like both solo laners are going to be rotating towards the mid lane at this point because Sofm started up the Rift Herald to just have a little bit of assistance down there. Meanwhile, Invictus Gaming want to trade for the Dragon, but this is a Cloud Drake. I don't think that's worth it.
Yeah, probably didn't have any vision of Rift Trail being done, so they likely don't think this as a trade. One of the positives of, you know, the likes of Karthus, Olaf, you know, junglers that can honestly just do this on their own is the fact that they can just start pressuring for a Dragon game, especially when the game starts to run away from you. Theoretically, that's a good idea, but now that they've heard the cries of Rift Trail, this is just going to simply be that trade. And let's see how quickly this turret goes down, because I think the first turret should be heading over towards IG.
Looks like they'll probably have it. Just all turret platings removed.
Oh no, the wave.
No wave. They might still be able to take this. Nope.
Not even close.
Nope.
I guess who has the wave in their favor? LNG is going to be able to get the first turret gold. So nice. Okay. LNG is going to be winning out throughout. Even though I thought the turret was in a great position for IG, that they also had, you know, Tom Kench being in Resolve Tree to be able to get an extra bit of damage on the turret just wasn't enough.
Yeah. Looking now, Fun, he's been able to pick up 2 partial items at this point. He's building so defensively, but right now it's working out really well for him. His role so far has just been take down the towers, roam top when you can.
I mean, think about the team fight state later on. Hexdrinker is still incredibly efficient, knowing that you have an AP, you're going up against an AP mid and jungle, and even if we're just going up against an AD Kennen, like if he goes into team fights with ultimate, the base damage is still enough to deal quite a bit towards ADs. So recognize that, picks himself up a Hexdrinker, and now can go towards more AD options. So I'm pretty happy with what LNG, they can be a lot more confident looking for fights around Fun.
Down in the bottom lane, meanwhile, both AD carries have completed their first item. Got the Mana Moon stacking up there for Asura, and on the other side, Jackie Love picking up the Blade of the Ruined King, but doesn't look like there's been a whole lot going on in that bottom lane. It's still fairly Invictus Gaming dominated. We saw them take down the tower second there in the bottom lane.
Yeah, that's why, while I'm talking about, you know, so positively for LNG at this stage, a lot of it is with the assumption that IG doesn't use Jackie Love and Baolan to open up mid lane easily. If LNG actually lose a fight trying to push them off the mid lane turret, then your concerns start to pile up for LNG and their comp. But at this stage, a lot of hopes right now are on Jackie Love. He does have all his sums prepared, or at least the flash is more important here. So if he does get jumped on by the Tristana, you can save him pretty easily.
LNG need to play really carefully around this mid lane. Invictus Gaming looking for the flank on around them. But Fun and Sofm should be able to push them off themselves. Now, looking at the composition of Invictus Gaming, are we concerned the same way we were last game for their scaling into the later stages?
I would say yes in comparison to LNG, but my only caveat would just be like the pick potential that Rookie could have later on in the game. Because once he starts getting his items rolling, you have access to, more importantly, I would say, SOFM's ultimate that can start fights for you and make it so Tom Kench, you know, could actually play his role incredibly easy as a frontliner. So my only concern for IG is lack of engage, but they have split pushing. So split pushing is there later on in the game. They don't have to necessarily take team fights. And another thing is that Leon and Jackie Love will still be pushing out a lot of damage. But if I'm saying front-to-back team fights, very easily LNG's composition through the Vladimir, Tristana, and Kaisa will be able to outperform. So it involves a little bit of creativity from IG, and mostly just focusing on the side lane, something that historically they haven't been too good at.
Very good position for LNG to be in so far this game. Turret plating is about even in the gold they provided, but LNG up 1.5 almost.
Yeah, one thing, what's really interesting for a team that has a carry top laner that usually, like jungle proximity early game, goes towards the Shy, is the fact that the Shy uses leads to go towards team fights, but he getting opened up on
here. This is dangerous 1v1, but it looks like it's dangerous for the Shy and not Fun. He's able to take that one down. Yordle on Yordle combat.
Yeah, just didn't see him. No warriors on the bot side of the map. He made that rotation. It was pretty safe for him. He was able to find the pick. And, of course, no ultimate now for Leon because he used it thinking that was an opportunity to get a kill back. Not even close. So good stuff coming in from Fun really early on. 2 games in a row where he's felt like he's been performing exceptional. So he can save him pretty easily.
LNG need to play really carefully around this mid lane. Invictus Gaming looking for the flank on around them. But Fun and SOFM should be able to push them off themselves. Now, looking at the composition of Invictus Gaming, are we concerned the same way we were last game for their scaling into the later stages?
I would say yes in comparison to LNG, but my only caveat would just be like the pick potential that Rookie could have later on in the game. Because once he starts getting his items rolling, you have access to, more importantly, I would say, SOFM's ultimate that can start fights for you and make it so Tom Kench, you know, could actually play his role incredibly easy as a frontliner. So my only concern for IG is lack of engage, but they have split pushing. So split pushing is there later on in the game. They don't have to necessarily take team fights. And another thing is that Leon and Jackie Love will still be pushing out a lot of damage. But if I'm saying front-to-back team fights, very easily LNG's composition through the Vladimir, Tristana, and Kaisa will be able to outperform. So it involves a little bit of creativity from IG, and mostly just focusing on the side lane, something that historically they haven't been too good at.
Very good position for LNG to be in so far this game. Turret plating's about even in the gold they provided, but LNG up 1.5 almost.
Yeah, one thing, what's really interesting for a team that has a carry top laner that usually, like jungle proximity early game, goes towards the Shy, is the fact that the Shy uses leads to go towards team fights, but he's getting opened up
This
on
is
you.
dangerous 1v1, but it looks like it's dangerous for the Shy and not Fen. He's able to take that one down. Yordle on Yordle combat.
Yeah, just didn't see him. No warriors on the bot side of the map. He made that rotation. It was pretty safe for him. Was able to find the pick. And, of course, no ultimate now for Leon because he used it thinking that was an opportunity to get a kill back. Not even close. So, good stuff coming in from Fen really early on. 2 games in a row where he's felt like he's been performing exceptionally.
This is a damn strong showing from him. 5-2-0 on the Tristana. Last game on the Corki. This is so much more impressive than we expected because the earlier in the split, it was just the Plex show.
Yeah, and a lot of the times when the games themselves become low quality based around team play, then you focus on, you know, the outplays, the individual players who are kind of performing to that limit. And right now it's been Fen. He made 1 mistake, or actually I would say 2 mistakes regarding Turret's play, you know, Turret's hitting him. But since that point, he's been on the map, he's been incredibly aggressive. Now he has 5 kills to his name, so LNG want to continue to play around him.
We're going to do exactly that. We're sending Sofm to help him out there on the bottom side. Looking for the Shy once again, who's not been having too terribly great of a game. He was up in CS early on, but now struggling a little bit.
He doesn't have an option. He rotates for the fight, especially with the build that he has now. They end up losing those fights. He wants to be able to consistently side push, but as you can tell, he has to respect the fact that there's no vision there. They have no eyes on Sofm either. So, full team is actually rotating here just to be able to pick up Sofm. Here we go.
IG still focusing on the Dragon. They're going to go for the engage. Sofm getting caught out by Rookie. There's the flash. Beautiful from Sofm, but it's not going to be enough to save his life. As Rookie takes him down. Meanwhile, Fen looking for the 1v1 against the Shy once again.
Wow.
But it's going to be Fen who falls. This time, the shutdown goes over to Jackie Love. And now Invictus Gaming pick up the fight. 2 kills and an Ocean Drake.
2 very easy picks. Even with Fen trying to act cute, thinks he can get an easy pick off on a member, or at least his full rotation on burst so he can jump away. Didn't even get that. IG get 2 very quick picks, a Dragon, when they were in a pretty bad state. All right.
Not exactly how you want things to play out if you're LNG, but Flandre still has his lead. Wasn't affected by that little kerfuffle towards the Dragon. He's just going to keep pushing out these side lanes, keep trying to scale up towards that later stage of the game, and he just needs to look for those flanks later on. And if he can find them, if you get Balon away from Jackie Love, that is a dead AD carry very quickly. Same with Leon.
All right, let's take a second look at this because, I mean, Sofm does still flash a little bit short, but the idea is still sound. Taking a look back, though, Jackie Love getting picked off, but the Tristana is there.
Well, looks like a fight breaking out in the mid lane. LNG forcing the teleports out of Invictus Gaming, but they're not going to find anything off the back of them. Fen jumping away with the rocket jump.
They're still very healthy and still trying to siege upon the mid lane. So LNG should be losing quite a bit off this one. Next wave is actually pretty far off.
So hard to contest with that Tristana wave clear as well. She took out that wave so quickly. Now Leon in a little bit of trouble. Just going to walk away. 3-1-0 currently for Rookie. He's really turned this game around since that early laning phase.
He's been able to pick up a lot of, you know, free solo experience and gold just on the side lane for a good majority of this game, which has been nice, especially as you mentioned. That early game was pretty bad for him. So it's nice to be able to see. I mean, while it was bad for him, also just he also got doubled up by having the worst matchup just with the Tristana there in tow. But the Abscond Ducks is going to be pretty crucial for IG. If they can find a good pickoff, like they did with Sofm a little bit earlier on, and that's their way back in.
So brutal, though, if you want to go for fun with him, because that rocket jump, that's a buffer. That's a CC buffer. If you land it, sure, but if Fen times it right, he jumps out.
It's the big if they count it right. More often than not, they end up...
Fair point.
It's very difficult to. Let's take a look at what the vision control looks like for LNG. This is pretty risky.
Going getting engaged on, he's going to use Glacial Fissure, stolen away by Rookie. Teleport coming in from LNG as well. Fen doing as much damage as he can. Balon saves Leon for the time being. Great ultimate there from Sofm. Balon goes golden, and Invictus Gaming want to find the re-engage. They find it on Flandre, but who disengages now? Looks like LNG don't want to look for more. 2 for 1 in favor of IG.
Jackie Love played that fight well. The ultimate to be able to nail down Flandre so he didn't have a way to press forward, and equally just had to stay back. So, like, he didn't even have the option of backing away from the fight. A very easy kill to get the Vladimir early on, so it was looking scary. I mean, certainly, even with the first pick onto Dwan, I thought that LNG would be able to pick up the back half of the fight, but Jakilov played that one out exceptionally.
Jakilov doing great now. 2-0 and 1. He's got 2 completed items with the Blade of the Ruin King and Ginsu's Rage Blade, so he is putting out some crazy damage at this point. Asura not quite hit his spike just yet. Baron being pinged out by Invictus Gaming. It's only 20 minutes in, guys. Calm your horses.
Take a look at this because, yeah, Dwan walking through fully because he thought, Fun would be able to save him on the left side of the area. Of course, he ends up getting bursted out. This is what I was talking about. Ends up getting nailed by the ultimate just before he goes into his pool. So easily gets picked off on the back half. That's a 2-for-1 trade. IG was able to pick up for themselves on that one. So gets the Braum, gets the Vladimir, gets a lot of gold right there on towards Jakilov and Rookie.
Starting to get themselves back into the game. Protobelt and Zoni is now picked up on Rookie. A lot of playmaking coming in from those 2 items. Plus stolen ultimates, which, as we've seen, so successful when you steal away that Gragas ultimate. You can just split a team fight.
Yeah, that's why Dwan is definitely needed for a lot of these fights because Rookie has been nailing these ultimates pretty easily. That door is going to be important, especially if Asura and Fun are pretty easy targets. So we'll have to see how LNG ends up